Jackson Radio Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show, KJRadio.com. I got some bad news for the Democrats. Oh my goodness, it's horrible. Bad news. Democrats are going to be, 2018 will be the worst year for Democrats in the history of their party. Just flatly will. Got some bad news for them. They've been outed yet again. That's right. A memo outing them. The DACA showdown arrived. Democrats fight like pit dogs to give illegal dreamers amnesty, right? They want to make it right. They want these kids to be here. The problem is, a little memo leaked. Uh-oh. And the little memo whispered, Democrats don't really care about the dreamers. Yes, they concocted a sinister use for these dreamers. They use them. And as it turns out, they don't care about them. Not as much as they claim. But they do care about their vote. It's a horrible revelation but here it is. It was a memo co-authored by former Clinton communications director, a lady by the name of Jennifer Palmieri. Now, guys, you might look this up. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jennifer Palmieri, I believe, was the boss of Marie Harf, which means she's even more stupid than Marie Harf. And I know what you're saying, Kevin. That's just not possible. Marie Barf? That's what one of my callers calls her. Yeah, I don't think it's possible to be more stupid than Marie Harf, but the Peter principle in government and with leftists in particular is your boss must be more stupid than you. That's why the left elected Barack Obama president, because you just can't get much more stupid than that. All right? But anyway, so Jennifer Palmieri, she does a document, a memo, sent it to her allies calling on Democrats, get this, to refuse to offer any votes for Republican spending bills that don't offer a fix for the dreamers and instead appropriate funds to deport them. Now, you would say on its surface, okay, well, that's consistent with their policy, Mr. Kevin Jackson of the Kevin Jackson Show. By the way, KJRadio.com, 844-551-8255. But that's not the issue here. Not up in here, The issue is this. Because here's the memo. The fight, and I'm reading this, to protect dreamers is not only a moral imperative. It is also a critical component of the Democrat Party's future electoral success. She says it right in a memo. Now, she was slick about it. She prefaced it with, the fight to protect dreamers is not only a moral imperative. I mean, it's not just a moral thing. We need it. We need it for our votes. Stop dropping stuff. You're messing up my flow. But the Democrats are saying, we need it for votes. Then she goes on to say because you're thinking, okay, she said it once. Kevin Jackson, come on, she said it once. What does that mean? Well, here it is. She goes on to say this. If Democrats don't try to do everything in their power to defend dreamers, okay, sounds good so far, right? But here comes the punch. That will jeopardize Democrats' electoral chances in 2018 and beyond. What? They are counting on dreamers for the vote. In short, here's what she says. The next few weeks will tell us a lot about the Democrat Party and its long-term electoral prospects. She's saying to dreamers, if we don't get you here, we lose. Because we know you vote Democrat. She might as well have put that in the memo. It ain't in there, but she might as well have put it in there. Don't look at me like that. Exactly. And I know what you're saying. Kevin, say it isn't so. Tell me that the Democrats are not using a group of people, minorities, for votes. Tell me that's not Democrats. They don't do that sort of thing. That's what Republicans do. Am I right? No, you would be wrong. You know, it's painfully obvious what they do. And it's painfully obvious that they shouldn't be doing this any more than an 80-year-old woman should wear a belly button ring. Stop it, please. Of course, this information is nothing new, and I know that's what you're saying. You're out there going, you're naysayers. You're going, Kevin, look, I listen to your program because I want to know new stuff, man. You're telling me stuff I already know. You're telling me, Kevin, that Democrats are demonic, self-serving, self-righteous hypocrites, and everybody knows it, especially them. Yeah, I am saying that. Democrats don't care about dreamers. They care about their votes, and they admitted it. Under Obama on June 15, 2012, the Secretary of Homeland Security announced that certain people who came to the United States as children and met several guidelines may request consideration in a deferred action for a period of 2 years subject to renewal. In other words, you won't be deported because we're going to give you preferential treatment. Now, Obama clearly felt that by allowing these children to come into the United States, he would eventually be able to bring the parents in. It's a foregone conclusion. You cannot have the little children without bringing over their parents. Thus, he could increase the Democrat voter rolls through chain immigration. Well, they call it chain migration, whatever. So that's what his plan was. He was going to pull a fast one on us, on the American people. And we've seen what happens with chain migration because, we've got those people killing folks up in New York and all around the country. But here's what the deal is. DACA came after Fast and Furious. You guys aware of that? You know where Fast and Furious is, right? See, Fast and Furious was where we tried to run guns into Mexico. Now, Obama denied this. He says, no, I didn't have a program like that because he faced tough questioning on Univision. And the interviewer was a man by the name of Jorge Ramos. I just wanted to say that. But it was Jorge Ramos. He interviewed Obama and he says, these federal agents had guns sold and brought into Mexico so they could supposedly trace the weapons. And ATFE, alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosives, ended up losing track of some of these guns. And some of these guns were found at the scene where Brian Terry, one of our Border Patrol agents, got killed on December the 14th of 2012. As you can see, I know my facts. Now, Barack Obama said in the interview, I think it's important for us to understand that Fast and Furious program was a field-initiated program began under the previous administration. When Attorney General Eric Holder found out about it, he discontinued it. We assigned an Inspector General to do a thorough report. That was just issued, confirming that, in fact, Eric Holder did not know about this, that he took prompt action, and the people who did initiate this were held accountable. Nobody was held accountable in Fast and Furious. It was not a previous Bush administration project. Now, people after that interview, they wrote to PolitiFact and said, wait, I thought Fast and Furious was under Obama, not under Bush. And they absolutely fact-checked this. They found a 512-page report about Fast and Furious done by the Inspector General, the DOJ's Inspector General. You know who he is now because he's investigating some other stuff by Barack Obama and his team, some shenanigans. But here's what it said. Our review of Operation Fast and Furious and related matters revealed a series of misguided strategies, tactics, error in judgment, and management failures. The report also clearly shows that Fast and Furious began under the Obama administration, dating its inception to October of 2009. Now, for those leftists who are listening going, Kevin, you're making this stuff up. When did Obama become president? I thought it was January 2009. Yeah, January 2009. This was October of 2009. Now, just for I'm sorry to spoon feed my conservative audience, but I've got to help these leftists out. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. After President Obama was in office. He owns this. And it directly contradicts his claim. And oh, by the way, this is the man who says he has a scandal-free administration. His own Eric Holder wouldn't testify before Congress on this issue and others and was held in contempt. The only attorney general held in contempt of Congress, Eric Holder. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about people who set up a program, Fast and Furious, in order to effectively intimidate Mexicans. They were going to put enough guns over there, get them to the cartels, get them to the bad guys, send a flurry of people coming to the border. He ended up doing a Band-Aid on it, and I'll get to that in a second. But he's going to send a flurry of Mexicans hitting the United States border. He was going to say, it's an outrage what's going on over there. We've got to offer these people asylum, and he was going to bring them in that way. And when that didn't work, he just brought, do you remember that out of the blue, we had 68,000 little kids. They weren't that little, but ages from, 5 to 17, using my finger quotes, And these kids all came over, and he dispersed them all over the country. But he didn't disperse them to California, and he didn't disperse them to Massachusetts. He dispersed them to red states in order to make them blue. That's what he did. And they didn't even tell you where they were going. And the idea was, okay, if we can't get the Fast and Furious to work, we'll just bring these kids over. Then we get to DACA. That's right. It was all a ruse, and when it didn't work, Barack Obama says, I have another idea, an unconstitutional idea. I will just let these dreamers come into the United States until and he did it temporarily as if that made it better. Like, oh, it's only temporary.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.